Hi, I'm Kathleen, and I'm out here hiking with pots. This kind, not that kind. It's the evening of May 4th, something Star Wars joke. I'm finally getting back out for another training hike. I've been traveling and getting ready for shows, so my schedule's been pretty impacted. But I just finished one of my school courses for my doctorate. I have this week off, which is funny because I've got a show this weekend, so I don't really feel like I have this week off. And I cannot believe that my depart date for this 50-mile adventure that I've been hatching is in 1 week. I'm absolutely having a hard time understanding that. I don't feel ready. I did look at the weather and it's looking pretty reasonable, so I'm hopeful that things will still go and that I'll carve 50 miles of some sort out starting a week from today. I got in touch with the professor of my next course, asking if I could start the work a little bit early, and I have that. So in the next few days, I'm hopeful that I can get caught up on my personal stuff and my work stuff and get ahead on my school stuff. So not totally sure where I'm going today. I've got a couple hours of light, so we'll see how it goes. I've been cruising along here on the Oak Canyon Trail. I think the last time I was here, I pointed out that there's a way to summit South Fortuna, so I think I'm probably going to do that. Kind of fun. There were a handful of people in the parking lot where I parked who were obviously also training for stuff. They had big packs on. There's no overnighting here at Mission Trails, so I have noticed recently an uptick in people who are out here with big packs, obviously doing training hikes. There have been a lot of snake sightings, seeing pictures and reports on social media. It seems to be a pretty high snake year, so my eyes are absolutely darting back and forth as much as I can keep them on that. I have noticed that this 25 pounds that I have today is really starting to feel a lot more normal, a lot less overwhelming. So I'm really happy about that. I knocked out the first mile pretty quickly in like 22 minutes. I wasn't particularly trying to race. It was just quite flat, and I was feeling like might as well go. You gotta go this way. I've already seen one off-leash dog and one bicycle. It was an e-bike, which is fine, but it was where it was not supposed to be. So I'm definitely somewhat concerned with the lack of rule following that I've been seeing lately. I don't like rules for the sake of rules, but all of those have very distinct reasons. Well, that was a fun little adventure, but the trail's actually over here, so I didn't really want to go up in the bushes there. It's very snaky. I've actually never been standing right here before. I took a little accidental side trail. I think I can just come up right here and end up where I'm supposed to be, but it's a little canyon. I got down on all fours to get up these rocks, and my water bottle launched out of my side pocket, so I'm gonna take my pack off and get it. Well, that all slowed me down quite a bit. Little note to self, under the category of is it a feature or a bug, this pack has a tilted water bottle holder on the side, which comes in really handy when you're getting water in and out. But if you lean forward, it falls out. So I learned that lesson. The other reason it slowed me down is I think while I was using my hands to get up the scramble, I must have just like inhaled a little bit of dirt, which kind of freaked me out because anytime there's something wrong with my breathing, throat, it's definitely like PTSD trigger. So took a few minutes and just slowed my pace down. There aren't really other people back here, and I realized that I don't have a handful of things that I usually have with me. There is still quite a lot of water here, which is awesome, but the trails aren't flooded like the last time I was here. Still lots of poison oak as well. Keeping an eye out for that, in addition to the snakes. Alright, so I'm about 1.2 miles from either of the Fortunas. I could turn back into the grasslands, I could go forward to Oak Canyon, or I could go up. I'm gonna take a quick look at the time and the mileage here and figure it out. That's the way to Oak Canyon that I went last time. This is the way up. Well, it's gonna be pushing it for light, but I have lights, so we're going up. Same distance if I want to do north or south, but I mean, I'll decide when I get to the saddle, leaning towards south, but we'll see. This is very steep. This is flat to the horizon, and that's down the trail. Taking a little rest moment before heading up. This, that's also flat, and that is up. Speaking of search and rescue, I wanted to mention that a hiker died climbing up El Cajon Mountain, otherwise known as San Diego's El Capitan, over the weekend. The thing that's scary about it is that they said it was heat exhaustion, or heat illness, heat stroke. It wasn't really clear with the reporting, but it really wasn't that hot. Obviously, there's a lot of direct sun there. It's a very long hike. It's well known to be a really hard, exposed hike. But I don't think it got above the low to mid 70s. A little bit scary. I don't know what the story was behind the hiker. I don't know if there were other conditions or what their food and water situation was. It reported that he said he was feeling hot and thirsty before he passed out, so a little scary, honestly. They're circling. So we wonder what's up. Rangers just came up. Don't know what's going on, but part of the rescue, I imagine. Well, it was fire department. Helicopter came up on my right here and dumped what I hope was just water. That's what they said. And I passed the truck and I said, is this a drill or a fire? And they said, potential fire. They asked if I'd seen any smoke or any fire. I said I haven't seen any, I haven't smelled any. So they're out here looking around. Guess somebody reported something. So that's what that is. Last time I was here, I came up from the other direction. So, hard left turn. What a spectacular view, and the light is amazing right now. Well, that was fun. I think that was a really good choice for today. It's certainly a little bit later than I hoped it would be, but I think that's kind of par for my course if you haven't really noticed. So it was about just under 3 miles to the top there. I'll go back down to the saddle and towards Oak Canyon where I came from. And I think I'm gonna take a slightly longer way out. So much for that like thought that I had when I was leaving the house, like, oh, maybe I could do 4 or 5 miles. I think it's gonna be like 6 or 7. I don't know. I feel okay. I ate right before, well, I ate in the car on the way here and dropped food on my pants and left a grease stain, so that's also really fun. But yeah, I think the sun just set. It'll stay light enough to not need a light for another half hour or so, and then I'll have like, gosh, a solid hour, I think, of hiking with my nightlight on, maybe an hour and a half. We'll see how it goes. I'll check in again later. So I just passed where that truck turned around and everything smells like sage, desert flowers, because they had to make a 3-point turn here, so they kind of backed into the bushes just a little bit, but it smells pretty amazing. And I think that's a 360. I just want to say it's a lot easier going down this hill than up it. I have a lot of inertia though. Hope I can stop. That's the moon. Never seen this trail overgrown like this. Oof, do I want to walk through that? Well, I decided to cross the creek so that I wouldn't have to climb over that weird rock that I climbed over previously. And I mean, everything's fine, but I slipped and got my foot wet. These shoes are water resistant, but not waterproof. Fortunately, it's not too cold. I mean, it's definitely in the 50s, but I've been moving and I'm wearing plenty of layers, so shouldn't be a big deal. Just a little uncomfortable. I was just here a few weeks ago and I cannot begin to explain to you how overgrown the trails are now. They were full before, but now they're just completely overgrown. So, well, this was a really good hike. Wasn't totally sure how I was going to do since I haven't worked out for a while. And oh, that freaked me out. I saw a light over here and I was like, what is it? It's the reflection of the moon. Anyway, yeah, I'll put up my mileage. It looks like it's gonna be just a little over 6 miles. Really perfect weather. Very few people on the trail. I think I just impaled my toe with a rock that somehow made its way there, so I might have to check and take a look at that. But other than that, excellent evening. See you next time.